It is said that if you stand in front of a mirror, in complete darkness, and utter her name 3 times, Bloody Mary will appear. What you'll face is not merely a spirit, but a twisted apparition, bound by vengeance, cursed to torment those daring enough to summon her. As countless stories go, what happens next depends entirely on your ability to confront your darkest fears, or suffer the consequences. One cold and quiet evening, Alex stood nervously before a bathroom mirror. The dim glow of a candle in his trembling hand illuminated his face with a flickering light. Despite the eerie silence enveloping the house, Alex brushed aside the unsettling tales of Bloody Mary. With a shaky laugh, he muttered, "It's all just silly superstition." But an inexplicable tension clung to the air. Something inside Alex screamed to turn and leave. Instead, he ignored the warnings clawing at the edges of their mind. Facing the darkness in the mirror, he whispered softly yet distinctly, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." Moments ticked by in uneasy quiet. Then the air chilled to the bone. Behind him, the bathroom door slammed shut with such force it sent a shiver down Alex's spine. A draft, he thought. A momentary fluke. Yet even as he attempted to rationalize it, the candle began to flicker furiously. The reflection in the mirror wavered. The glass rippled unnaturally, as though it were water disturbed by an unseen force. And then, on the other side of the distorted reflection, it slowly began. A figure, shadowy and undefined at first. But as it stepped closer, the pale visage, sunken eyes, and a twisted smile of Bloody Mary emerged, her grin stretching impossibly wide. Alex's breath quickened. Panic gripped him, but he could not look away. Not from the haunting figure glaring at him from the depths of the mirror. Then, with inhuman fluidity, Bloody Mary began to move. She stepped closer, her hollow eyes burning with anger, her sharpened nails scraping faintly against the glass. The realization hit Alex in waves. She wasn't confined to the mirror. The room, already cold, felt suffocating. Bloody Mary extended one claw-like hand, pressing it against the inside of the mirror as though testing the boundary between her world and Alex's. Then it happened. Her hand broke through, and with one seamless motion, Bloody Mary stepped out of the mirror. Her unnatural form loomed over Alex as the room seemed to tremble and contract with an oppressive, malevolent energy. "You shouldn't have called me," Bloody Mary whispered, her voice a venomous rasp that sent chills down Alex's spine. Heart racing, shaken to his core, Alex clawed at the bathroom door, but it wouldn't budge. The heavy silence fractured only by the raspy breathing of the entity now sharing the room with him. With resolve born of sheer desperation, Alex's eyes darted around the room. There was only one escape, a theory he heard whispered among too many ghost stories. Break the mirrors, sever her link to this world. A fire ignited within Alex, fueled by terror and determination. He snatched up a lamp from the counter and hurled it at the mirror. The explosion of glass momentarily punctured the suffocating tension, shards scattering across the floor. But Bloody Mary remained, her twisted form growing angrier, her piercing eyes glowing brighter. More mirrors. Alex spotted another across the room. In a whirlwind of blind terror, he grabbed a vase and smashed it against the glass surface. The shattering sound reverberated, followed by a guttural screech from the entity itself. Still, Bloody Mary advanced. Blood pounding loudly in his ears, Alex grabbed anything at hand and shattered every reflective surface. With each blow, Bloody Mary's howls grew louder, as did the tension creeping up Alex's spine. Finally, all the mirrors were destroyed, leaving only shards scattered across the floor. Silence followed. The cold, heavy presence lifted. The mirrors were no longer intact. Bloody Mary was gone, or so it seemed. Trembling, drenched in frantic sweat, Alex moved toward the door. This time it opened. Stumbling into the hallway, the house was still, eerily quiet as though nothing had happened. Was it over? Days passed, but for Alex it wasn't truly over. Sleep became a battlefield, and every reflective surface was a reminder of that terrible night. He tried to tell his story, but like the legend itself, his words seemed unbelievable, even to those closest to him. Was it real? Was it some kind of manic delusion? Even Alex wasn't sure anymore. Madness began to seep into the spaces the terror left behind. One night, Alex's friends found him muttering incoherently, surrounded by shattered shards of small mirrors. "They've come back," Alex whispered urgently, rocking back and forth. Claw marks, deep and jagged, lined the walls of Alex's room. Yet, no one believed his cries. Soon after, Alex was admitted to a psychiatric hospital. There, he sat in a sterile, padded room, staring blankly at his handheld mirrored reflections during sessions, his words dismissed as psychotic ramblings of a paranoid mind. But Alex knew. Bloody Mary was real. She had come once and claimed him, breaking the spirit without breaking the body. Every now and then, in the quiet confines of the hospital, Alex caught glimpses in the staff's sunglasses, in the specks of reflections from polished floors, in all the mirrors scattered across the human world. A faint shadow, distant but familiar, lurking just beyond recognition. Bloody Mary was still out there, waiting for the next foolhardy soul to summon her name. "Remember," Alex muttered into the hospital abyss, "mirrors don't lie. They draw you in for her. Every reflective surface still holds the legend. Will you dare to test it? Remember, calling her is not a game. Some tales are meant to be left untold, their secrets buried deep, lest worse horrors than Bloody Mary's reflection claw their way into your world."